It may or may not be 4 o'clock in the morning as I'm recording this, but time means nothing when you're the doctor, professor, philanthropist, gynecologist, veterinarian, cafeteria lady with the big double D titties that serves you that slop on Mondays, professional dog walker, Burger King onion ring connoisseur, McDonald's protester, clit finder, dildo expertise, first black transphobic wizard in the Hogwarts universe, according to Twitter, and the real Black Spider-Man, because Peter Parker means nothing to you all anymore, who spends his time teaching the young minds how to not be stupid on social media. But today, we're gonna kick it up a notch. I know I spend my time teaching you how to not be stupid on social media, but now I'm gonna teach you how to not be hypocritical on social media, because where there's smoke, there's fire, and when there's something stupid, there's someone who wants to be a hypocrite about something. I don't know why this is a current thing, because a bunch of people who are my age, for those of you who don't know, I'm 24. Yes, I look very good looking for a 24-year-old. And there are a lot of people who are a little bit older than me and a lot younger than me who lack a lot of context and understanding to world issues. They see current events and they feel a little bit sympathetic without realizing that there's a little bit more than your personal feelings for conflict you are miles away from. And with all this talk about Palestine and Hamas and who's in the right and who's in the wrong, for some reason, it was the perfect opportunity for everybody to start, for some reason, feeling sympathetic towards Osama fucking Bin Laden.
This morning I read Letter to America, which is Osama Bin Laden's letter to America explaining why he attacked Americans. And I am ashamed to say that I not only have never read this letter, but I didn't even know this letter existed. It's wild, and everyone should read it. If you haven't read it yet, read it. However, be forewarned that this has left me very disillusioned, and I feel the same exact way I felt when I was deconstructing Christianity. I feel a little bit just confused, like I have entered into another timeline. What is this? And yeah, so go read it.
So I just read A Letter to America, and I will never look at life the same. I will never look at this country the same. Please read it. And if you have read it, let me know if you are also going through an existential crisis in this very moment, because in the last 20 minutes, my entire viewpoint on the entire life I have believed and I have lived has changed. Please read that entire letter.
I need everyone to stop what they're doing right now and go read. It's literally 2 pages. Go read A Letter to America. And please come back here and just let me know what you think, because I feel like I'm going through like an existential crisis right now, and a lot of people are. So I just need someone else to be feeling this too.
I need you to stop what you're doing and go read A Letter to America. It is literally the craziest thing I've read in a while. And while I can't say that I'm that surprised, I am pretty shocked. So go read it and tell me what you think, because I really also need to talk to other people about this. And actually, before you even read the letter, I did want to mention, in reading the letter, I could only think of this tweet that I saw the other day. Under settler colonialism, any kind of resistance is branded as terrorist because the only acceptable violence is violence by the occupier.
So this is fucking insane. I just read Osama Bin Laden's Letter to America, which I will be going through right here, but it's actually so mind-fucking to me that terrorism has been sold as this idea to the American people, and honestly just so many Western inhabitants within certain nations, that this group of people, this random group of people, just suddenly wakes up one day and just fucking hates you, just wants you dead, wants you gone, and this is all because they believe that they're better than us. Like, that is the root of terrorism. It doesn't make sense. They just hate your fucking nation. But reading this letter, it becomes apparent to me that the actions of 9/11 and those acts committed against the USA and its people were all just the buildup of our government failing other nations.
I read Osama Bin Laden's Letter to America.
The way this letter is going viral right now is giving me the greatest sense of relief. If you're Muslim and you've lived in the US since 9/11, you know more truth than the typical citizen. Now it's all coming to light because of Palestine.
Now, I don't know if any of these individuals are aware of this, and I don't know the age range of any of these people. They look between the ages of maybe 17 to at least 29, but That letter has existed for 21 fucking years and has been made public for anybody to see up until recently when this became a trend because apparently The Guardian took it down. But for any of you who didn't know about it, congratulations. Welcome to the world that existed before you were even born or before you decided to suddenly care about something because it's a trending topic and you feel so bad even though you're gonna stop caring when you take your ass to Starbucks or Chick-fil-A later today. And what pisses me off just a little bit is just two things. Number one, actually three things. Number one, you read that entire letter and somehow come away thinking, oh, yes, everything is all America's fault and everything's shameful. And yes, blame America for everything. Okay, we can work with that. I also blame America for taxes. But the second thing is the more glaring thing, which was 2 planes going into 2 buildings, which led to a bunch of people dying, but that's perfectly fine because a letter excuses all of that. And the third thing is kind of just petty, but I noticed it, and many other people noticed it, that you are glorifying and sympathizing with a guy who's dead that wrote a letter years ago, and you're just now finding out about it because for some reason you wanted to look and study 9/11 for some reason. And you specifically in all these little TikToks of you saying everyone should go read it and understand, everyone should pay attention. You conveniently leave out the little part where Osama's not really a fan of the homosexuals. He's not really a fan of the LGBTQ. So if you're gonna sympathize with somebody like that, congratulations. I'm certain your trans friend that's watching saw all your tweets and is very upset with you. And now you're transphobic and homophobic, just like me, because apparently playing a video game makes you such a thing. And of all the Twitter takes I saw, this was the best one. Bin Laden's letter is written specifically from the perspective of Islamic divine right and Sahara. In fact, he explicitly mentioned things like fornication, homosexuality, intoxicants, and gambling as reasons for America's wickedness, and pointed to America's enabling of these things overseas as cause for retaliation. It is very clear that American leftists don't share any of Bin Laden's values and don't believe that Islam gives people a divine right to anything, so what's the deal? I think a lot of younger people are just very easily swayed by the combination of social pressure and any writing that sounds even somewhat compelling to them. They're being told by other young leftists that this letter is profound, so they read it and believe it to be profound regardless of the many professed views they would normally object vehemently to. Because I'm just gonna say, as somebody who does not like conservatives, does not like liberals, does not like my right, does not like my left, the only right that I like is my right hand touching all my left and right testicles down under. It's a little bit concerning that people who like to say that everything is homophobic are cheering on a letter of a dead guy who expressed the belief that they would deem homophobic if somebody with a spray tan said it. Like, come on, like, are we gonna be real or are we gonna be fucking for real? Because it's a little bit odd, and I agree. If you say something, if you just tickle the ears of somebody who doesn't do that much research and they just want to feel good deep inside, you can give them anything and they'll just be like, what? Oh, what? I like this. It's so great. It means something to me. It speaks to my soul. And that's how you dangle a carrot in front of somebody who's easily persuaded by something that they truly need. They want instant gratification. They need to feel validated. They need to feel accepted by something. And when you have a bunch of people in groupthink telling you, hey, you should read this because it's exactly the problems we speak about. And it's important you read this because we all think the same. These idiots are going to perpetuate that. And now you're going to have some conflict that you didn't intend to have, but you wanted to be the spokesperson for being sympathetic to people who don't deserve it. So now that's the bed you made. Go fucking lie in it. And just to wrap this up, because I know I've bored your ears long enough. Fucking stop doing that. Open your minds. Do your own research. Stop getting on these fucking apps and listening to people who don't do no fucking research at all and say, oh, you all should read because it's just what we've been saying. It's been out for 20 years. Figure it the fuck out. This dude is not your ally. He's dead and he deserves to be gone. Hello? Did you miss what happened in September 2001? It's a recurring thing that's brought up every fucking September for a reason. Fuck! Read a book instead of babbling on fucking TikTok. Subscribe. Goodbye.